In London, the average home in Kensington and Chelsea recently cost around $1.7 million. In Barking and Dagenham, the average was below $500,000. In New York, Manhattan's median sits roughly $770,000 above Queens. The buildings are different, but the geography is creating a massive economic divide. Move across the same metropolitan economy and hundreds of thousands of dollars can disappear from the housing bill. The catch is that cheaper space usually sends another bill somewhere else. So what are you really buying when you pay to live closer? A city does not have one housing price, it has thousands. Two households can work in the same labor market and use the same airport, yet face completely separate housing markets because of a single railway station or school boundary. These borough averages are not a controlled experiment. Kensington and Chelsea contains high-end international properties, luxury apartments, and prestigious addresses that naturally command a premium. Barking and Dagenham offers a different housing stock and neighborhood character. However, the pattern is clear. A household remains inside the London metropolitan economy, while moving into a market where the average transaction price is $1.2 million lower. This bid-rent curve illustrates why identical apartments sell for different prices. If apartment A is 10 minutes from the employment core, and apartment B is 60 minutes away, apartment A commands a premium for the years of time it saves the buyer. The property functions as an access package. Buyers pay central premiums to reach jobs, culture, and transit with the least possible friction. Moving outward creates an invisible mortgage. Instead of making monthly payments to a bank, the household pays the city every day in hours of commuting. This matrix shows the accumulation of distance. A worker with a 55-minute commute spends 230 more hours in transit every year than a worker with a 25-minute journey. Over a decade, that adds up to 2,300 hours, or 95 complete days consumed by travel. Hybrid work changes this equation. Traveling only 2 days per week drops the time debt, allowing an exchange of longer journeys for more housing space. This comparison of 70-square-meter condominiums shows how Tokyo's rail network shapes geography. Inside the 23 special wards, the average price is around $800,000, but that falls to $468,000 across the wider metropolitan area. Even in the suburbs, station access creates starkly different price points. A home near a direct express line often costs more than a physically closer house that requires multiple transfers, because the market prices reliability and predictable travel times. Infrastructure functions as a machine that captures time and reliability, capitalizing those benefits directly into the land price. In Sydney, moving outward converts distance into physical space. Medians in the Outer West and Blue Mountains sit roughly $400,000 below the citywide average, often allowing families to trade a central apartment for a detached house with a garden. However, car dependence can cannibalize those savings. A household moving from a transit-connected center to an outer suburb often needs a second vehicle, introducing new invoices for depreciation, fuel, maintenance, and insurance. Road-based commutes also carry a congestion risk. A journey that takes 40 minutes in the early morning can stretch to 80 minutes during peak hours, creating a lifestyle cost that is difficult to quantify but easy to feel. This map of Singapore shows that even a compact city-state maintains distinct property regions. The core central region commands a premium for prestige and job access, the penalty of distance. Many modern cities are now polycentric, with secondary employment hubs like Parramatta or Canary Wharf creating their own price peaks. For a household working in these hubs, outer housing can offer a shorter commute and a lower price simultaneously. Every housing discount comes with an exchange. A household trades a high property bill for a complex system of lifestyle invoices. Real estate involves 3 distinct types of location savings: a pure price reduction for the same home, a space upgrade for the same budget, or a debt reduction that lowers monthly mortgage pressure. Homeowners also face a transaction cost lock. If a long commute becomes intolerable after 2 years, the cost of selling, including taxes and legal fees, can wipe out the initial geographic saving. Optimal geography shifts over time. A household might prioritize nightlife and job access at 25, move outward for schools and space at 35, and return to walkable, transit-connected areas in retirement. Consider two identical households. Household A pays for a $1.2 million central home with a high mortgage but no car. Household B pays $700,000 for an outer home with a low mortgage but 2 cars and a 60-minute commute. This comparison shows that Household B saves money on property but pays in time and transport. Household A pays more for the building but receives shorter journeys and daily convenience. Cities sell access. A cheaper address offers the same metropolitan economy at a lower price, but it requires the resident to build that missing access themselves through cars and commuting time. The million-dollar gap between these two addresses covers the luxury of arriving home 30 minutes earlier every day for the next 20 years. We don't just ask how much money you have, we ask where that money works.